We are the Preventive Conservation team. Throughout the year, we consistently and continuously care for the collection. It's not necessarily about just conserving what's already damaged, but preventing damage from occurring.
This is one of the most time-consuming jobs that the conservation assistants do throughout the year. There are 17,000 books in the library, and every single one gets taken off the shelf, dusted, and then all of the books get put back on in the same place that they came from. The humidity of this house is quite changeable, and dust can cement on books and cause permanent damage if we don't keep on top of it. So it's a fine balance between handling the books as little as possible, but also keeping them dust-free. It is a satisfying job, especially if the books are really dusty, because you can actually see that you're making a difference.
These clocks are still working objects, and some of them are actually centuries old. It's about protecting the mechanism, so keeping them running smoothly, so not winding them too much or too little. Each clock has its own personality. I've sort of come to get to know each one and its little kooks.
We'll put the wax down, and then when it's dry, we buff it up, and then we'll go again and repeat it. So it's 3 or 4 times that we do it. It's a very busy room all year. Thousands and thousands of people come through. They spend time in this room looking at the beautiful ceiling or looking at the views out of the windows. So there's a huge amount of footfall. This wood is 200 years old, so it does need looking after really carefully.
Each room has its own kind of special objects or its own features, and some of those are a lot more fragile than others. For example, in the room that I'm standing in, we have a lot of limewood carvings that are incredibly fine and detailed and nearly 300-400 years old. So a lot of rooms we approach with a top to bottom methodology. So we usually put scaffolding up, very tall ladders. So we take our equipment up to the top of the space and then work our way down so that dust travels all the way down.
We regularly lend the collection to galleries and museums across the world because we want the collection to be seen and accessed by as many people as possible. The fact that we're able to share works like our Lucienfreud's is only because the collection is so carefully cared for at home.
So the Veil Vestal, for the coming season, we want it in a sculpture gallery. Every time we move a sculpture or an artwork, it's this methodical process that's based on patience and trust with your colleagues. Doing everything super slow because there's no prizes for going fast. We're just methodical with what we do and really careful.
We bring in contractors, often contractors that are familiar with the house and how we work, sympathetic to the interiors of the house. We're looking to preserve the house and the legacy of its current state for now and for future generations.
As part of our job, we have traps all around the house, and these we lay down so that we can monitor any pests going into the traps and hopefully act before it causes damage to the collection.
So everything we do here, it's all about the care of the house and the objects and the collection that reside within it. Every time you visit as a member of the public, the money that you pay, it goes towards funding the Chatsworth House Trust, a registered charity. And that is set up primarily to care for the house and its contents. So you just have to remember that each time you visit, your ticket price is helping us to continue that care and that conservation work.